Yo, how's it going, guys? My name is Charlie and I'm a music producer and artist from the UK, and I've been doing this full time for just over a year now. Before this, I was a bartender at a golf club, and it was March of last year when I left that job to pursue this full time. Don't get me wrong, this has been one of the hardest years of my 20s, trying to make an income and sustain a living. But in this year, I've also learned so much about myself and the industry and business. And in today's video, I want to share with you 3 ways in which I make my living now, and hopefully this might help any of you watching this that aspires to do what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I'm only in my first year of doing this full time, and when I left my job in March of last year, I made sure that I had a lot of savings to be able to sustain a living for a few months whilst I built up my income and revenue in other areas. And it's important to note that I didn't just quit my job overnight to do this full time. I did actually own this studio since September of 2022, so it took around 6 months to actually get into the position where I felt comfortable enough to leave my job. And even when I left my job, I still wasn't doing music full time. I was also making videos for companies, video editing, and I own another podcast business within this company, which was also helping me get a little bit of a leg up into doing this right now. And whilst a lot of successful people would say just jump ship and do it, I would just say prepare yourself to jump ship and do it. It's important to take the risk because I do believe that you don't get anywhere by being comfortable in life. But I would say it is important to at least have some savings to support yourself in the early months when you're not making as much money. So getting into the main part of the video, the first way in which I make an income is gigging. I'm in a cover band and I'm also in a solo acoustic act, and I love gigging. I've been in bands for years, I've toured, and for me to gig full time, that would be an absolute dream. For anybody that might not know about how to go about getting gigs, establish yourself on social media, make some promotional content, get some good pictures, and contact your local bars, your local venues that are looking for acts and bands like yours. If you could join a music agency as well, I know there's a local music agency where I live. A music agent can also help you out massively in securing those gigs. But yeah, reach out to these places, offer yourself, show them what you can do via a video and on your social media page. And also, I think a very good way of securing gigs is adding yourself to Facebook pages in your local area. There's always somebody looking for a band to play their wedding, a solo act to play their wedding, a party, a function, and there's no reason that if you're good enough you can't be that act. I do think from the years that I've been doing this, a lot of people think these opportunities come to you, and they do the more established you become. But I think it's very important at first to take that step and reach out to venues, reach out to pubs, clubs, show them what you can do. The second way I make an income from doing music is this studio. I own a business within this studio called WAKEFIELD Recording Studios, and basically I just get clients in. I get rappers, music artists, singers, songwriters, and they come in and we book a session and I record and produce a song for them. So how I went about securing my first few clients is I made a series of little ads showcasing my work. It's all about showcasing your work in the studio, and I put them on Instagram and promoted them videos on Instagram, and I was very surprised at how many artists reached out to me and wanted to book sessions with me. So that's how I also make a living from doing music. And I also think it's important to note that as a music producer, you don't need to own a fancy studio to produce music artists in. I'm sure there'll be plenty of studios in your city that you can hire out for a very cheap price and produce artists in there. Pirate Studios is the main one for me. So you don't need to be renting your own place at first to be securing sessions. And the third and final way in which I make an income from doing music is Fiverr. If you don't know what Fiverr is, then Fiverr is basically a freelance service where you can go on there and offer your skills and talents to people who might need you. Whether you're a graphics designer, a video editor, a music producer like me, a session vocalist, which is what I do on there, there's always somebody out there looking for somebody like you with your skills to contribute to a project they might be working on, or a business or a brand. So on Fiverr, me personally, I am a session singer, so I offer pop vocals and pop punk vocals. So somebody might come to me with a song that they have, but unfortunately they don't feel like they're comfortable enough to sing on the track, so they hire somebody like me to sing the part that they wrote for a singer. On Fiverr, I've worked with over 60 clients from around the world, and I just love how it allows me to sit in the studio or even sit at home in my own studio, be creative. Sometimes I even get the opportunity to write lyrics and write vocal melodies for people. So to be creative, get the opportunity to songwrite, sing, and contribute to some amazing projects from around the world and work with amazing artists from around the world in the comfort of my own home or in my own space, yeah, that's great. And this year I really want to focus on building that. And whilst I love getting out there and I love gigging, I feel like this is a very close second. So those have been the 3 main ways I make my income as a self-employed musician in 2024. I hope this has helped some of you and hopefully will help some of you get started out there. It's definitely been one of the hardest years of my life financially and trying to pave my way as a young adult, but I don't regret it. And honestly now, I don't ever see myself going back to the 9 till 5 life ever again. So yeah, I hope this has helped. I've been Charlie and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video.